What's up YouTube, it's the BasedGodinYugioh here on TeamBlackRainbow's channel, coming at you guys with part 2 of the deck profile. It's not technically part of the deck profile, it's just talking about the side deck of the deck I was playing, agents, all that. So yeah, throughout, a month or so, I've been creating these decks and, creating appropriate side decks for all these, to fit my playstyle and all that. And I've come to a good amount of cards that I could possibly see some side decking. At the moment, there's maybe some cards I miss, and then there may be some cards that I don't know, just that aren't coming to my head or I don't have at the moment, like Royal Decrees. So let's just go over some of the cards that I want to talk about. So, possible Snowman Eaters, Cyber Dragons, Gemini Imps, Banisher of the Radiance, DD Crow, Nox, Nobleman of Crossouts, Soul Takers, or Soul Taker, Shadow Imprisoning, Needle Ceilings, Dust Tornado, and Threatening Roar. So yeah, I'm going to talk about each card individually, so let's start with Snowman Eater. Snowman Eater is just, a very good defensive card. Been good for the past 2 formats. I don't see why it wouldn't be good now. Maybe because Water is a good deck, Geargy is a good deck, and Snowman can only do so much against those decks, especially if they beat over it. It was really good against Dino Rabbit because Lagia can't negate that, so they'd pretty much have to wait until they get a Dolka. Very good against Heroes because Alias and Thunder Kings, and they all just clash with it, and you pretty much have board presence, and it's rank 3, so you can succeed with it, since Yu-Gi-Oh can be primarily rank 3 dominant, as it seemed, but rank 4s are eventually coming back up. And other than that, it's just a really good defensive card. People used to main deck it. I main decked it in my that best deck you've ever seen, which is kind of irrelevant now because I've sold most of that deck. But yeah, so next we got Cyber Dragons, really good against Machina, Gadgets. Those are 2 different words, not like the same deck type, but Machina, Gadgets, Karakuris, and Geargia. Not more else to say about that, special contact, hopefully they don't have the Gozen, or, the Bottomless, or something like that. Also, it's good against Heroes, and also Enti, oh my goodness, I'm stumbling over my words, I'm drunk. But yeah, anti-meta slash, any anti-meta deck that runs a bunch of beaters / stun cards like Thunder King, Doom Caliber Knights, and all that, because, if they're playing stun, they'll probably be playing Snowmans, Thunder Kings, a bunch of 1900s. If you can special summon the Cyber Dragon, bada bang. And I'm sorry if you can't hear some part of this video, because the way I hold my iPhone, Sliver, it's I want to hold it so it can focus and steady, but I don't know what the microphone in this thing is. So yeah, sorry if I just realized that now. Cyber Dragon is just an overall good card, good against GBs, Heroes, just anything that you think you can beat over. Because sometimes, if they summon an Alias set 1, you can special summon Cyber Dragon. They'll probably be forced to spark it, unless they really think they can get away with it. Gemini Imps, particularly only good against one deck. I'm saying particularly because I have heard stories about this card. That deck would have to be Dark Worlds, an inherent +1, they Mind Crush, bam. Yeah, it's a 1/1 plus you draw a card. They drag down, they dealings, they go -1, you go +1. That's pretty much how it is. Really good. And what I heard is that this card was used against a water deck, the Atlantean Mermails, the Mulan Glacia, I believe that's what it's called. It sounds really hot. The one that, select 2 cards from your opponent's hand. If they have less than 2, discard that card. He Gemini Imped it, and, destroyed the monster, skipped the battle phase, and drew a card. I guess it helped stall for a turn, but I heard that guy ended up losing. Yeah. So that was a pretty cool combo that I've heard of, and yeah. Another card I want to talk about is Banisher of the Radiance. I was side decking this in my Trooper Agents, but I just honestly I didn't feel like I had enough back row to keep this thing alive, because Banisher of the Radiance is an anti-meta card, so I honestly think you should only be siding it in an anti-meta deck such as Heroes, Stun, Machina, anything with a good amount of back row, because if you summon this and you have no back row, they can just summon something higher, and 1600 is something laughable. I could beat that up if I really wanted to, because at least my power is like 1650. You feel me? But yeah, Banisher on its own isn't that good. Banisher with 3 back row, amazing. So yeah, in theory it didn't work for me because I didn't run enough back row. I didn't want to like summon it just for them to summon the Thunder King attack over it. So yeah, good with back row. Remember that, good with back row. Also, it's I didn't really talk about the matchups, but it's good against Chaos Dragons, Inzectors, possibly the Water deck, and also Dark Worlds. That's why I also wanted to play it, because the Water deck would be so popular. And yeah, rank 3 also, and it's fairy, so you can pitch it with Herald. Make note of that. Make note. DD Crow, mainly for, Dark World, to get rid of the Grapha, the lone Grapha, hopefully. And Inzectors, they only have 1 Hornet. Get rid of that Hornet. They can only, exceed and blah, 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 blah. Hopefully, they don't exceed, because, then we'll just get the Hornet back and all that. Double Mana Cross Out, really good against Gear. Oh shit, I'm sorry guys. Yeah, Gear, mainly Gear. I guess you can side this in against, Chaos Dragons for the Rykos, if they really do set the Rykos. So anything else they would set, possibly would want it in the graveyard, aka Sangan, Eclipse Wyvern, Night Assailant, goodness, pretty much. And also can be good against GKs, if you're still going against GKs, get rid of that set Recruiter, get rid of that set Spy, or even Guard if they play it. Combo as well with Tsukiyomi, remember that. But yeah, good side deck card. Soul Taker, just for your standard 1-for-1 removal. Honestly, nothing more than that. Also, play it against Heroes, play it against Chaos Dragons, make Pulsar mistiming, make Shining mistiming. That's pretty much it. And also, you get a target. But sometimes targeting isn't too good. But sometimes it is. Shadow Imprisoning Mirrors. Conflicting card of the deck. Side deck. Because you are running Gores and Trag, I did side this in against a Dark World player, and I activated it, but he was able to actually summon Graphen, keep beating me into the face, and I had a Gores in hand. And I was like, 27, okay, I can't keep taking that. But yeah, just good against Dark World, possible, GKs, Inzectors, of course. And yeah, it's really good. Good. Because sometimes they will activate D5, and your DD Crows and Veilers won't work. Bam. And if they do activate Decree, you're probably losing anyway. Honestly. But yeah, sorry. Sorry, guys. Needle Sealing, I felt like this card, standard against Wind-Ups. Wind-Derps. I hate when people call it that. It's a deck. Calm down. Just standard card, if they go Magician Shark and all that goofy combo-ness. Just amazing. Also, I think it would possibly be, good against Water. I don't know why people keep calling it Water. It sounds so cool, but it sounds like it's called Atlantean Mermails. But yeah, against Water. Just for the fact that when they do overextend, they're pretty much gonna go for game. The Diva play, the Mermail, the Bismegalo, I think that's what it's called. I honestly don't know what any of these cards do. I've never played the deck. I know Mulan Glacia, they special summon all of that for a one-shot hit. And you just set this, enter battle phase, bam, Needle Sealing. They, destroy the Mulan Glacia too, because they have to skip their next battle phase. So don't be a fool, activate it during the main phase when you enter battle phase. Boom. So the Mulan Glacia doesn't kick it until the next turn. So yeah, that's honestly all Therio I've never played. Remember, Therio is the best way to find out if a card is good or not, aka Banisher. Not good with me without the back row. But yeah. This turn in, I honestly feel like this is just, staple side deck card. that requires back rows to be gone. I should be playing decrees, but I don't have them. My friend Thomas has them, and I hope to get them back one day. But yeah, for now, Dust Tornadoes, because I can. And another card that I thought was pretty cool was Threatening Roar. I played this in my Lightsworn deck like 2 formats ago when Inzectors first came out. It was pretty cool. And they pop it, Chain and Threatening Roar. Anything that you can use that you can stall a turn. Like if you have a JD in hand, you can just set this, activate it, and then draw next turn. JD, blow up everything. Like, you know, Inzectors use it too because all they need is a turn to pop. Like all they need is a turn to like come back. That's how I felt with Agents. You know, if you draw that Hyperion on the BLS, you just, you know, Threatening Roar. Pretty good. But yeah, other than that, it's subpar. In my opinion, you know, it may work for other players. I'm not saying the card's bad, but it may work for you, so good job. Yeah. These are just some possible side deck cards for the thing. Remember, this is not Resurrecting the Agents. But yes, part 2, side decking. So yeah, look forward to part 3, which is we're talking about the extra deck. Yeah, BasedGodinYugioh, and I'm out. Bye.